Hi, I'm Melissa Wood with Peaceful End of Life. As an end-of-life doula, I've supported families making difficult end-of-life decisions. One of the most common questions I hear is, how do we know which hospice is right for us? And that's exactly why I created this guide. So who am I, and why did I write this guidebook? I have a background in natural and holistic medicine and massage therapy for about the last 30 years. More recently, about the last 8 years, I've been an end-of-life doula, sometimes known as a death doula, and a patient advocate. For those of you that don't know about end-of-life doulas, just like a birth doula would help a woman and her baby during the pregnancy and the labor and delivery and welcome that baby into the world, I work on the opposite end of that spectrum and help people get prepared for the end of their life. There's a lot to do, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with having those conversations about death and dying. I'm one of those people that it's okay to talk about it. In fact, we should. And we want to have as good of end-of-life experience as possible. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people have not very good end-of-life experiences. So it's my mission to try to help people have a better ending. The reality is that most people spend more time, planning a baby shower or vacations. Certainly weddings are another really important event in their life, but they don't spend any time at all on the end of life. And that is something that can be planned for. Conversations can be had so that we can have a good end of life experience. Unfortunately, too many people wait too long to get enrolled in hospice. Maybe they're undergoing various treatments for, different kind of illness. They're hopeful that the treatments are going to work. But eventually, the truth is that we are all going to face the end of our life at some point. And if we can start planning for that earlier, we can make better decisions along the way. And in that process is always going to be a hospice organization. And there's a lot of misunderstandings about what hospice is, what hospice isn't, what they do, what they don't do. Some are absolutely wonderful organizations, very focused on patient care and very compassionate. And other organizations, not so much. They are maybe focused more on the bottom line of making money. So I want to teach people how to properly research to get hospices, how to interview them, the questions to ask so that you and your family can understand that particular hospice and whether or not they're going to be a really good fit for you. So what's inside my guidebook? There's a section on what a hospice is and what it isn't, when it's time to consider hospice, and why families often wait too long. How to look for a hospice provider, where do we go to do that, and what kind of research is involved in even just getting a list of them so you can start making some phone calls. I've got a list of reflections questions to ask you and your family member. What are the important goals? What's very important for you and your family during this time? Knowing some of those answers will help you figure out which hospice is going to be the right fit. And then when it comes to interviewing hospice agencies, I've got a list of over 100 questions to ask. Obviously, you're not going to be asking all of those because many of them are not going to be relevant to you or your family member. But there's a lot of great questions that can be asked that will help you in your process of determining which hospice is going to be good. And we're going to evaluate those hospices and choose the best one that aligns with you and your family's values and priorities. My book will be available on Amazon, but currently it's available on my website. You can download the whole book. It is in a PDF file format. This guidebook is designed for you to print off multiple pages of the questions pages so that you've got a complete set to interview 3 to 5 different hospices as you go through your process of research and evaluation. You can download the whole book on Peaceful End of Life shop and then you'll see the guidebook there, which when you click on it, it'll open up and give you more information about what's involved, how many, I think it's about 65, 67 pages, something like that, in PDF form. So that's all there. It's very easy process to check out. If you want to follow me on Facebook, there's my Facebook. If you want to just go plain old to my website, you can click there. You can contact me on there. I'm available for appointments if you have any questions. I hope that you find this resource to be valuable and that it helps you and your family.